All right, the time has come to take out this center section. We just did the walkthrough, and he's gonna start from that end for safety reasons. I'm gonna catch a little footage and then I'm gonna get to work somewhere else on the property. So what we're doing is we're cutting down, we're forest mulching with appropriate equipment, this section in the middle, as much as possible. And he's just getting started, but as much as possible in order to put in the animal holding area. So this is not a impound or a intense area, but it's an area for animals that are in quarantine, that just received on the property, that are getting ready to go in or out of the property. It's basically some livestock panels for the training of the electric fence before the animals are put out on the property in the larger fence. Now, for safety reasons, I'm not going to get up on what he's doing, but when the forest mulcher first comes in, by the way, I'm Justin Hitt with Prosperity Homestead. When the forest mulcher first comes in, you're going to do a briefing, and you're going to go through what areas are getting addressed, how much time do you expect things to take. And in this case, if he finishes off the area here and has time remaining, I need to have additional work for him. You don't want to have the work stop and then they go home, but with hours on the clock. But you can kind of see what's going on with the forest mulching, and he's just mowing in. But again, that thing throws stuff 50 feet, so I can't be anywhere near it. Essentially, all these trees will come out, and it'll end up looking like the rest of this. And then we can start getting in our camp and start getting in our other, basically start getting in our other utility type things, the well, that kind of stuff. Now, I'm gonna walk back here because I got other work to do. And I was thinking, hey, I'm gonna cut down those trees and I'm going to basically use them as building materials for a pavilion, for animal shelters, for different things like that. And I got to thinking, I got a lot more trees. That side's oak, we don't touch that. And by the way, he's gonna exclude any oaks from his mulching. But I've got other trees on the property. And so as I thin trails, as I take down other pines here and there, I can get the poles that I need. It's more cost effective for him to go in there and forest mulch it than it was for me to cut them down and sift and sort, especially on the timeline of trying to get things accomplished here at the property. A forest mulcher, a big equipment like this, can do about an acre a day, about an acre in about 8-hour period. This is a little bit less than an acre. So I'm expecting to be able to cut a side trail on contour next to an area that has some wet. And that way we can open that area up as either a finger pond or a duck area, or simply have better maintenance for it. But the cross trails are only 1 or 2 forest mulchers wide, and those cross trails are incredibly good for dropping fences. So I'm gonna go off and do some other work. I'll check on him in about an hour or two, make sure everything's going good. Listen to that crackle. And then if he has time, I got a couple more things that he's gonna cut on that will be at the bottom of this job. So we're starting him at the top where the most refined work is, and then he's gonna slash the bottom, and then if he has time, he'll go get this thing in the woods, and then he's got to drive past this section again to get to the vehicle to get to exit. So he'll end up being able to touch up this site if there's anything to touch up on. But we basically start the work at the front of the property and move backwards, and then he can work from the back to the front before he finishes, if that makes sense. Anyway, I'm Justin Hitt with Prosperity Homestead. I got work to do. I'm not going to get a better angle.